Aloha, everybody. This is Pastor Marty.
Aloha. Yeah, this is Pastor K. Aloha.
Amen. You know, we don't really have a plan other than we just want to talk about something very passionate to the world today. We're both, you know, we are Hawaiians, Pastor Ka'olelapono, both of us, and have 17 aunts and uncles out of the Hawaiian Islands and all over, and a lot of cousins. We found out we didn't have, on my father's side, anybody that we know that has been lost in this devastation. But I want to say something about this and just talk about it for a little bit. You know, what do you think about that? It's devastating.
It's devastating. It's sad. It's horrifying for a lot of the families right now. But I can't stand how they only gave us a few numbers on people that actually died. If they're being honest about it, there's probably hundreds of people that are gone.
Yeah.
And this is ridiculous.
This fire worked like a blowtorch coming off the mountains from a system called Dora out 500 miles north of the islands, which was causing the winds.
Yeah.
But Hawaii's used to that. Hawaii's used to high winds. Well, I live there on the other side, and so when I lived in Oahu, they're used to that. I mean, it was windy all the time. But when they measured up, you'll see this, I don't want to get into it, but whenever they measured up for the least thing that could be most dangerous to the Hawaiian Islands, and the lowest thing on the list was wildfires. And here they are, one of the largest disaster of human life through a wildfire happened in Lanai.
We're talking about something that happened at 5 p.m. when there was a bunch of people stacked into Lahaina at dinner time at 5 p.m. with a fire that went across Lahaina in minutes.
Burned down the harbor. People were jumping for their lives into the ocean. So anyways, we want to show you a video. I'm going to talk about something real quick. You know, they call us conspiracy theories. And that came from the Kennedy assassination, the Magruder films and stuff, and all these conspiracy theories. They begin to say that. I want to say something about a conspiracy. Conspiracies become right more than they're ever wrong. And by the way, even when they're proven to be wrong, that's a good thing. What a conspiracy theory means, we're willing to look at something else and balance and go, maybe there's something else happening here instead of just going, well, here's what the government says.
And let's believe them.
And, you know, it's like somebody
telling the truth, right?
Yeah, somebody knock on the door going, dun, dun, dun. Hey, I'm from the government and I'm here to help you.
Right.
Let's remember in Davos, Switzerland last year, the elitists met to say the world population needs to be eliminated by a third. They also said, this is Klaus Schwab said.
Bill Gates.
And Bill Gates simply said this, they will own nothing and be happy. You were in Lahaina.
I was in Lahaina for my honeymoon back in last October.
That's 8 months ago?
About 9 months ago. It's a beautiful little town.
It's incredible beauty and stuff. And so what the locals couldn't understand is how in the world are these fires all of a sudden starting all over the place? Now they're starting to say, are they using the DEWs on this? That's electric pulse weapons, or these are electric weapons that are laser that you cannot see in the daytime.
Wow.
When you see them, and some of the locals, I watched one of the videos they was looking at, and the locals are going, why is there a fire way over there? And there's one over there, and there's one over there. And they were starting from the mountain range coming into the town, and it came so fast in Lahaina, they couldn't run from it. And stop and think about tourists. That place is full of tourists. They don't know what to do. They're just panicking. And they didn't know what to do. The locals and the sounds, the alarm system in Lahaina is one of the best in the world, never got triggered. No one was ever warned of any of this. Now I want you to watch this video right now. If you stay to the end, you're gonna see some stuff. And just stick with this. If you stick with us a little bit, you'll be blessed by it.
Welcome back to my channel. I am Miloho, your host, and today we're going to discuss what really happened in Maui. Several wildfires have devastated West Maui in the town of Lahaina, with the death tolls continuously rising, almost at 100 people, along with the number of missing people. This wildfire goes down as the worst fire in U.S. history. Lahaina once was the capital of the Kingdom of Hawaii, but in 1998, the U.S. annexed the Hawaiian Islands. The capital was eventually moved to Honolulu. Lahaina was filled with native property and business owners that refused to sell their properties to conglomerates. It was an unglobalized prime oceanfront property still owned and managed by the natives and is one of the theories as to what caused this atomic fire. One reoccurring question is, how did this happen? And there are two theories online. One is environmental. News reports are saying that the combination of major hurricane 200 miles of the southern shore of Maui combined with the northern pressure created a massive dryness of winds and sparked fires. But there's another theory which suggests that the destruction was orchestrated by the federal government to seize property using DEW, direct energy weapon. Direct energy weapons use concentrated electromagnetic energy to combat enemy forces and assets. These weapons include high-energy lasers and other high-power electromagnets, such as millimeter wave and high-power microwave weapons. The U.S. Navy uses DEWs for power projection and integrated defense missions. Now, ironically, there is a U.S. Navy port just 7 miles from downtown Honolulu.
Joe Biden just announced that the federal government will provide aid to those that lost their homes. That means homeowners who lost their houses and properties can now loan money from the federal government at a low interest rate. Your super valuable property that is skyrocketing in value, you can now get a new mortgage courtesy of Uncle Sam.
Aid should not consist of quote-unquote low-interest loans. I mean, literally the whole entire town was burnt down. There are no jobs. There is no income. People are literally just trying to find power and food and find their family and friends. Local residents have taken to social media to say that realtors and investors are harassing them, calling their families and offering to buy their land. A Hawaiian activist tweeted, "If you are from Lahaina and are receiving phone calls from realtors asking to purchase your property following the fire, please record their name, company, and home address for us to post."
Frustrated with investors and realtors calling the families who lost their home, offering to buy their land. How dare you do that to our community right now? If you are a Kalamai, sorry, had a little bit poor reception right there. If you are a victim and they are calling you, please get their name. People keep calling me, sorry. Get their business name so we can put them on blast. This is some pilau heva shit happening right now. I am so frustrated hearing since yesterday that multiple families that I know personally were reached out and offered money from investors and realtors. Shame on you. Shame on you. If you are a Maui realtor contributing to that, karma's gonna come and get you. Okay? That is pilau. And if you are a realtor and they are calling you, investors are calling you to represent them, I hope you have dignity and aloha and compassion to turn them away and tell them off. And I need you guys to do me a favor and get their name and their business name, and we're going to put them on blast. That is some pilau. Please spread the word. If you're a victim and they are reaching out to you, DM me their name, business, try to get as much information out of these guys and send it to me. And if you're a victim, trust that we are going to rebuild Lahaina. Please don't. I know it's hard and like...
You guys, this is what I'm hearing from all my friends too, and it's in the hundreds. Like, if you know anything about the islands, you know that a fire like that happened at 5 o'clock in Lahaina at dinner time, full of people, and it went up in minutes. No way people got out of that. The people diving in the ocean, there's people floating for 8 hours waiting for... There are hundreds of people dead, and this is being downplayed, and people are not posting about this enough besides the people on the island and people that are directly connected to that. And I understand it's hard to grasp it when you're not directly connected. There's a link in my bio to the Hawaii Community Foundation. That is a great place to donate. By the end of the day, I will have another website with all sorts of resources to help you, whether you're on island or off island. I am doing my best to compile lists, but it's a lot, and there is no organization, and everything is everywhere, so it's a lot to get organized, especially when you're thousands of miles away and your friends that are on the island are also trying to help out, and so everybody's kind of tied up, so it's really hard to like organize. All right, like, but this is not a low-key like.
This is what this tour company is doing right now. Instead of helping out, boat full of tourists getting washed out to sea and probably gonna need medical services. Look at this. What a joke. Right on, Lani Kai, Maui Snorkeling Company. Right on, brah. What a joke.
Another issue is that local residents are saying that they are having difficulty delivering aid, and only FEMA and Red Cross aid is being allowed in. Roadblocks are everywhere and no one is allowed in or out.
Maui strong. Donation on donations. If you guys don't know, the government withholding every single one of our donations because we are not a part of FEMA and Red Cross. So none of this is eligible for giving out. Tell me why. I have no freaking clue. But Maui, we out here, Lahaina, we trying to help you guys, bro, but they not letting us. But we're gonna keep pumping. All this stuff gonna get there, bro. 5 containers are behind the Ritz. Carlton, if you can get there and you really need the stuff, crack that lock. That's for you guys. That's for you guys. Spread the word. Lahaina behind the Ritz, 5 containers full of stuff.
Apparently you are able to come into Lahaina as long as you have a reservation for a hotel and you can prove that. Completely understand, some hotels are housing people. There are workers there who are still working. The hotels do need some kind of or form of income. We have only been given access as local Lahaina community members back into our home hours before they're allowed to. There are people still grieving the loss of loved ones and everything that they own. But it's okay for people to come and enjoy our home right now. It is not the time. It's not the time for this. I was just told from cousins who came into Lahaina that they, just to make sure that, you know, they're not Lahaina residents. They don't have a Lahaina address on their ID. So, and their family. I've grown up with them in Lahaina and they couldn't afford it, so they moved to the other side of the island. They weren't even allowed access in. Literally, my first cousins are trying to come in here to just support and help. Now the tourists are being let in.
My heart really goes out to Hawaii and the Lahaina natives. My husband and I will be donating as soon as we find a reputable portal to do so. We visited Honolulu and really enjoyed the history and the beauty of the island. But right now, the natives do not need visitors. They do not need intruders. What they need are donations and essential supplies. So they are asking that if you have reservations or trip plan to Maui, that you use that money to actually donate to the people of Lahaina. Please, no one wants to see y'all snorkeling and surfing next to where they literally just lost their entire homes. And according to Maui Economic Development Board, tourism is the lifeblood of Maui's economy, and about 80% of it is from tourism. So the devastation from the wildfires could have a long-lasting impact on Maui's economy. Please cancel your vacations and donate that money to the natives. Now, allegedly, there have been plans in the past to turn Maui into a smart city or an AI city. So yeah, the locals are looking at this fire very suspiciously. There were no warnings, there were no alarms. So my heart and my pockets do go out to the people of Maui. I will keep you guys posted on what's going on over there. Let me know your comments and your thoughts down in the comment section, and I'll see you at the next video.
See right there, when you look at what's happening on that video, here's locals that are saying simply this.
Poor people.
The conglomerates, China, investors, all these people are coming in.
Saying, can we buy your land?
Yeah, a bunch of charcoal. Hey, you know,
we just
it
wanna
used to
offer
be
you
worth
something.
millions, but here's what it's worth now, burnt to the ground.
Making it seem like we're helping you.
We're going to help you out.
Help you out.
And stuff like that.
No.
But here's the problem, as you've seen in that video. FEMA and the federal government, they're showing videos of all this wonderful stuff going to Maui, and they're storing it in containers. They've got it wrapped in shrink wrap, telling the locals you can't have that because you're not part of FEMA. That's this
or the Red
administration.
Cross.
That's
or
the Red Cross. That's this administration right now. That's what they're doing. And you think something good is happening over there, and it's not.
Thank you, Biden's America.
Yeah,
right?
just welcome to Biden America right
Jeez,
there.
man.
And so anyways, these are videos we didn't produce, and we're sharing them on, and hopefully they'll get traction for the originators of these videos. But I mean, it's amazing stuff that's happening out there. Now here's a video I want you to watch of Tulsi Gabbard doing a tour of this area, and everything you see, everything you're going to see right now is coming from the locals, and they're bringing it from other Molokai and stuff from the boats. They're bringing them by boats because they can't depend on the government to give them anything.
Right.
So everything you're fixing to see. So take a look at all of this.
Uncle Archie Kalefa's, and he thought his house burnt down, but it didn't, fortunately, and he's using it as a hub, and they have probably the most supplies of anyone, like generators. I think these guys are the most well equipped. Yeah, Roman. Yep. So yeah.
They're also the closest to where the fires were, so.
Yeah.
Got all our waters out here. The totes, so we set up shower stalls over there with generator and pump. We try to keep the gasoline separate from, you know, all the rest of everything. Just
Yeah, for
because of
sure.
fire and all that.
Just kind of like.
I mean, they come and they say people need it.
We try to do rounds and go to people's houses and ask what they need first, just to keep in here less cluttered.
And how many families are in the area?
102 homes, two burned out of the 104 in this.
2 week fire.
Yeah. And so the last count we had of people still here was 2 days ago. I think it was 160 people.
Okay.
So yeah, we do dinners at night at 5 p.m. And then last night we in that sidewalk over there, you see the speaker stands. We had live music going.
Nice.
Yeah, like uplifting everybody's spirits.
We'll make our way to the oven.
Diapers and all. Yes.
Oh, wow.
This is like we just keep access back here kind of restricted. Just so it's easier. But then, like, flights from Alaska Airlines, sleeping bags, clothes.
This is awesome.
Loads of propane, but super. You know, here's if you want to see how close the fire.
Oh wow. Oh my god.
Nuts, they were fighting here.
So the neighbors actually fought it with eight garden hoses. The donations and the support has been pretty unwavering.
It's really overwhelming at
Yeah.
times.
Yeah, I bet.
The majority are from islands that completely have nothing. Like Molokai has been incredible.
Yeah,
And everyday shipments, non-stop.
Yeah.
So this is 4 or 5 local fishing boats right now coming in from Molokai, other side of Maui, other islands. And we have a little channel between the reef here. That's why there's a little family boat ramp. And this has been a huge hub for us for getting supplies on boats. So like you can see right now, they have a full system. Everyone chains together. They'll pass supplies up and diversify them wherever they need to go.
So I think now we're at the stage that we're specifically asking for specific items.
Right.
So we have a count of how much propane tanks we have
Right.
for the community that we're serving.
Right.
We also have a decent amount of gas.
Right.
And also we have a certain amount of diesel that we
this
have.
is all
We're
the
trying to
diesel we
make
got
sure.
right here.
Oh my gosh.
So that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Is there resources on island for this? And it's a matter
We
of
are
getting it
out
here,
of
or-
we are out of diesel tanks.
I think one thing we've been asking for too is cots and
Cots.
cots and pop-up tents.
Yeah.
Because one issue, especially right here, the houses didn't burn, but if you go inside the houses, they're covered with dust and ash. And so, like, again, that's all the toxic stuff. So
Yeah.
everybody's houses needs a deep cleaning, you know.
Right.
Should be like wearing respirators if you go in the house.
Do you guys have respirators?
We need respirators.
We
Okay.
N95. We have a very limited supply of that.
The goal from our Po'o Archie Kalepa to set this up as a one-stop shop for the whole community. If you have a chance to come down here, please come and give us a list of stuff that you need. If you have keiki at home, we have enough supplies that we can supply that. Just give us what you need, and then we'll run your shopping list. And ideally, we have shelves over here with everything sorted and pretty much shopping like you're going to Costco. But it's Kanaka owned and operated. That's the best part of it. A lot of those things, so for example, like safe and security, pretty much like we have safety officers that has, they're pretty much it's going to be implemented tonight. So all the procedures and protocols when it comes to welfare checks to our elderly and people. So a lot of these guys that are ahead in charge of those are pretty much homegrown here.
Yeah, I told her each street has their alaka'i and they run their crew.
And that's the best part, that these guys are really willing to provide and care for their elders in keiki. So it is vital that they run it. And it's because
what are some of the things that you're like the protocols that you're
so pretty much
implementing?
Like at nighttime we run a 3-watch system, 4-hour watch. So there's always a buddy system. There's always people making sure that, because there are people that are coming in and out that are not from here, just breaking into other people's safe spaces. There's enough, that I would say, resources here that we can give. And because everybody has their own right to bear arms, and that's the worst thing that we could get into, is somebody getting seriously hurt by defending their home. So the goal is now we're not policing the community, we're serving our community.
All I got to say is thank you, Tulsi, and thank you for being there and with boots on the ground. The only one I've seen there yet, the only one. And of course, she is a representative, or was, and as a veteran.
Oh man!
And spent, I think, 8 years in Congress as a Congresswoman Gabbard. So we thank you for your participation and being there with boots on the ground. But again, when you look at that, that's all the locals bringing in stuff. And like that one gentleman said, he says, people that really have nothing are giving right now as the local community, and they're bringing it in by boats, because the roads, it's like they're not allowing that stuff to get to from the Hawaiian people. Always remember this: if that happened in California, instantly we get help from New Mexico and all across the United States, Colorado, Nevada, stuff like that. Whenever the Paradise fires hit, no one could understand that. People, we need to start thinking about this. These devastations that are happening, where we're having food processing plants all of a sudden burn up one day after another, trains derailing one day after another. You have to start thinking about this. This is not happenstance. And so, yes, maybe I am putting my foil hat back on, but I'd rather be suspicious of what's going on when I see this administration's being the most corrupt administration in the history, in the history of our nation, and what their plan is to do. The Great Reset, this Great Reset, to take everything away from the people so we own nothing and we're happy about it. That's socialism and Marxism at the highest level.
We're seeing a lot of our conspiracy theories coming true.
There are.
All of them.
What about COVID?
What about AI?
We were right. We didn't close our church. And so that's our point, is now you look at it, Rand Paul is bringing charges up on trying to indict Fauci. The FDA just came out. You want to cure COVID? Take ivermectin or hydroxychloroquine. Takes it out in a day. But they made that illegal back when this happened in 20.
And they arrested the doctor that figured it out. Oh, we're going to arrest you. You figured out how to cure people. Oh, no.
These are the things that we're talking about. It was a conspiracy to think Hunter Biden's laptop was not Russian disinformation. Now we know that's
true.
The conspiracy came true. The foil hat works. Whenever we look at things like
we're not
Biden, when Joe Biden says, I've never had anything to do with my son's business, but now we see him on Air Force Two as a vice president under Obama's regime. We see him on Air Force Two with the Burisma officials in a meeting with him. Yet he said he never did that. Multiple times. We see him on golf courses. Now we have bank records. Now we have Devin Archer's testimony. Our point is, I don't want to go that direction.
No,
it's all about Lahaina.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, do not discount the foil hat theorists.
We're not saying don't be fearful of the world you live in, and don't feel like, oh, these guys are just paranoid. We're saying, folks, have knowledge in every area and think what could actually be happening here. Lahaina was not an accident.
There's no way you'll make me believe this. No way you'll make me believe this is down power lines or something like that.
Or a cigarette thrown on the grass.
No.
This is not. That
because
was not what it was.
I watched one of the videos where families were running and they were going, what's going on? There's a circle fire over there, then there's a circle fire over there. They were looking up the mountainside and goes, why is that on fire? No power lines had been down yet.
Just come straight in.
It was just, and
like that.
Do your research on DEWs.
Yeah.
Do your research on that. Our Navy uses them already. We use it. It's a laser, just goes out, high intense laser that blows up boats, blows up planes. You don't even see it. And all you have to do is just point it at areas and it'll just, like a lightning strike. And it starts a fire and all of a sudden you have a devastation.
Hey,
now,
we're not making this up. You saw it in the video. U.S. government has this technology.
Yeah, you see this. It's already right there. And so you guys do your own homework. But our main thing is may God's mercy be over the state of Hawaii, and may God's mercy be over Lahaina and these people. May they stand strong. For those of you that might happen to see this in my Hawaiian family that may watch this, get in touch with everybody you can and tell them stand strong. Don't let this government buy them out. Don't let the investors buy them out. Like they told you, take their names and let's get them posted out there because they want to come in and buy your destroyed land on pennies on the dollar. You got billions of dollars worth of real estate there and they want to buy it out for hundreds of thousands.
Yep.
Don't do it.
Don't sell.
Don't do it. Go and find aid. If you got to, you're in Hawaii, sleep on the beach, whatever it takes. Don't give in. Don't give in. I know what it would be like. Well, actually, that's wrong. I couldn't even understand what it'd be like to lose everything and then some big realtor come in and go, here's $1 million if you want to walk away and go live in Oahu. Well, what's going to stop them from doing that anywhere else?
Yeah.
There's a lot of local land all over Hawaii that still, some of the original Hawaiians own their homes and land, and they start doing this and go, by the way, it's all destroyed. The whole neighborhood went down, but we'll buy it out to put a hotel there. Be careful of this. This is happening. All you have to do is start looking into the Great Reset, the Green Dragon. By the way, I almost forgot this. 5 days after this disaster, which was early this week, 5 days after this disaster, the book of the Maui fires, Lahaina, came out on the same dates. 8/8/23 came out by, I think the author's name is Miles Stone. I don't have that information.
I think that's the fastest published book that I've ever seen.
All of a sudden, a book is out, published, authored, and everything. And within 5 days of that fire, while they're still right now hunting for the bodies in Lahaina, they're still looking for lost people, lost family members. And a book's out on this whole thing, and you know what it attributes to? Climate control. It says, in other words, forget about Hawaii. How devastating is this fire to the climate? That should tell you everything you need to know right there. And I just want to hope you get out there, some of you people, make you a foil hat. And you know what that means. It means start looking into this stuff and quit believing what those idiots in D.C. are telling you. Quit listening to that. It's like I told my church Sunday. I ranted then. I says, stop, learn to stand up and spread your shoulders back and go, I'm tired of this stuff. Yeah. And if we're going down, we're going to go down swinging. We're not going to go down as whip pups because that's what they tell us to do. It's good for us.
Let's go down fighting.
The governor of Hawaii said this. He went on, you can find this. He said, you know what, because of all the loss of life, we're probably going to annex that and turn it into a great memorial for these people. Now, see, that sounds like to the butterflies out there and the snowflakes. Yeah, that's like, well, that would be so wonderful. Well, think of this. I put a laser on your house, I burn it to the ground, then I come back and say, hey, can I turn it into a memorial for the family members you lost in that house? I'll just take it from you and I'll turn it into a memorial. You're going to say, absolutely not. We're going to build back again.
My land, my home,
that's my
don't
land.
Touch my stuff.
But the governor of Hawaii's going, an elitist. In other words, somebody's talking to his ear, Soros type elites.
Hawaii's Democrat.
And they go like this, and all of a sudden the governor's going, we're going to take the land? That's a land grab. That land belongs to these people.
Yeah.
Those business owners, that belong to them. And the United States and the feds and the Chinese communist they couldn't get their foot inside Lahaina because the locals were going, we own this. This ain't got nothing to do with any of you people. This is our land.
This is our land.
And so there's containers. Well, you'll see that. You saw that in the video and stuff.
Yeah.
You've seen all that and stuff like that. Well, we're going to let you go. And I just want to say, you know what? God bless those people. Give them favor, Heavenly Father, and may you open doors up for this help
Lord.
to get in. And just want you to know this. And Isaiah tells us this. In the last days, good would be called evil and evil would be called good. We've seen Kamala, we've seen Bill Gates, and we've seen Schwab, all of these elitists say we have to eliminate people. We got to eliminate people through virus, through warfare, whatever it is, to get this population down so they can take this land. That's scriptural. Be aware of what's happening out there.
This is a message right here at Christ Driven Church, right here in Selma, California. Make sure you people share this information to as many people as you possibly can.
Hopefully
Spread
it gets out.
And hopefully, yes, with as many people that are just trying to get this information out. And also for those, you saw it in the video before, the first video, you can donate to Lahaina in Maui. You can help out in any way that you can.
That's another thing,
But
real
spread
quick.
the information,
Make
please.
sure you know who you're donating to.
Yes, please
Make sure.
you know.
I'm
who
not
you're
giving
donating to.
anything. This church is not donating to Red Cross or anything got anything to do with FEMA.
Nope.
We're going to find locals over there that we can send that money to,
Yes.
like you saw in the video. We're going to find out through Tulsi Gabbard. We know that she lives in Hawaii.
Yeah.
I mean, she represents that state. And so we will
right.
do whatever we need to do. God bless all of you.
Love you.
Thanks for listening to us.
God bless.